And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm your host, Stanton Salter. My broadcast partner, Keith Fusel, will join us in a couple seconds. Big Monday afternoon of live racing here at Laurel Park. Beautiful weather, fast and firm. Three nice carryovers, over 23,000 in that Rainbow Pick 6, over 11,000 in the late Pick 5. Let's welcome in Keith Fusel, our morning line odds maker and Equibase chart caller. Beautiful weather again out there by the paddock, Keith. I see a Big Ten race card. We have a multiple stakes winner. Hello, Beautiful, in today's allowance feature. I like that filly. I key on her in the late Pick 5. The carryovers are going to be the big story today, Keith.
Oh, absolutely. We've got a late Pick 5 that was 4 of 5 yesterday. There we go. Necessitates a carryover in today's card. We've got the Rainbow Pick 6, obviously a good carryover into that. And for all of our new bettors, guys that really – when was the last time we ran on a Monday that wasn't a holiday? Can you remember?
Keith, you have to say all that again because
Nope.
it didn't go well.
It didn't go well. Okay, but anyhow, no, we've got carryovers galore today. Late Pick 5 carryover, Pick 6 carryover, and just was wondering about Mondays. I mean, last time we had a holiday Monday, a Monday card without a holiday has been a long, long time, I'm sure.
All right, so the carryovers today, the Rainbow Pick 6, that's going to start race 5. We'll get the graphics going here in a couple of minutes. Race 5 starts the Rainbow Pick 6. Carryovers $23,653. Naomi Tucker has a ticket for that. Nice carryover in the late Pick 5. That's almost $12,000. That starts in race 6 with that industry low 12% takeout. Nice carryover as well in the rolling super high 5, which has a low 15% takeout. That's almost $3,000. That's going to start in race 1. The track is beautiful. The main track is fast. The turf is gorgeous. Fast and firm are the track conditions. Let's talk about the feature yesterday, Keith. Toy, a nice Maryland-bred 3-year-old, homebred for Dark Hollow Farm and trainer Mike Trombetta. He's won back-to-back races since they stretched this horse out long. He's done nothing but good. Toy, a nice 3-year-old by Tapazar for Dark Hollow Farm and Mike Trombetta. He overcame a bunch of trouble to win yesterday's allowance feature with Victor Carrasco aboard.
Yeah, he certainly improved in that maiden score and took it to another level, it looked like yesterday. As you said, bottled up along the inside, kind of got behind a couple horses turning for home. Top of the stretch, was able to shift down, and boy, did he accelerate nicely the last 16th of a mile.
All right, so hold on 1 minute, Keith. Eric, talk to me. What do we have, Eric? Do we have anything? Nothing. All right, well, let's just go right to race 1 here. Ray Preakness coming up in October. We'll show you that board once we get it. Race 1, you're going to kick off the rolling super high 5. It's almost $3,000 in the carryover for the rolling super high 5. We also start the popular early Pick 5 in race 1 with that mandatory payout, industry low, 12% takeout. Do we have a Pick 5 board, Pick 5 ticket? Nothing. Okay, race 1 on the all along, going a mile and a 16th on the turf. No rail setting for the all along maiden, claiming 25,000, 3 and up. I go with the first time starter, just a hunch play. I don't want to go with the chalk in the opener. Just a hunch play here on this Harry Cassup homebred by Seville. Seville likes the turf. Tim Woolley does a nice job up there at Fair Hill. Jevion Toledo having a big opening weekend. Won 2 on Saturday, 2 yesterday. Do we have the stat here for trainer Tim Woolley and Samuel Sunset? Okay. No. Okay. Well, you had a good stat. Tell us about the good stat you had on Tim Woolley, Keith.
Tim Woolley, first-time starters on the turf the last couple of years. He's 3 for 11, 4 for 11 in the money with an ROI. There we go, guys, at 8.29. Thank you very much. And I tell you, Samui Sunset is a fool to Seville Barber, a horse that's run pretty well. I think won a couple turf races. Actually won his turf debut going along last year after a couple dirt tries. We're going to try a route on the grass for this one with Tim Woolley. First time out. I think this horse is going to be just fine. I like that 3/4 mile work. May 8th at Fair Hill. We'll set it up nicely. You've got a horse in here, even money on the line. I've got 0 for 21 shot. It's going to be around that even money 6 to 5. I think when it's all said and done, calls for celebration. So, yeah, certainly on paper, the horse to beat. I got to take a shot. That stat puts me over the top with the firster here for Tim Woolley. Number 3, Samui Sunset.
All right, so I go with the 3 on top as well. The 7's going to be your heavy favorite. Rubley and Pimentel, they teamed up for a nice win opening day on Saturday, and this horse has made $81,000 as a maiden. He's always right there. He'll be right there once again today. They put the blinkers on. Maybe that'll give him some extra focus with Pimentel aboard. He's ran a big race at Tampa March 15th, so it hadn't been too long since he's run, and he's been working well up there at Fair Hill. He's 6-5. He's going to take a ton of money again.
Looks like the type of horse, Dan. If he doesn't make the move and clear into the lane, and, if he's trying to run at a target past the 8th pole, he's probably going to hang again. So I think you're going to try to see maybe Julian an aggressive move around that final turn to open up some daylight on this field. But 0 for 21, I'll pass at a short price. We'll use in the exactas.
All right, so we both have a 3-7 on top there in race 1. Let's turn the page. Race 2 to kick off the popular early pick 4. We had some big payouts so far in these pick 4s this opening weekend. Race 2, we're going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 5,000. Filly mares 3 and up. Number 1, 2, Lifetime. Let's start with the 9. Let's start with the 9 here, Chicken Dinner. We have a video spotlight on Chicken Dinner from his her last race, 4-year-old daughter of Outflanker. Here's the race from March 1st, Keith.
Yeah, and she's run pretty credibly her last 4 or 5 starts. She sits back. She's learned to rate a little bit and close in. Early on in her career, she was a little bit speed crazed, but she's gotten a chance to relax. Trevor gets along with her well in this race. She's going to swing out for room, come wide for the drive, and close steadily to run second. Again, she likes to run second. 1 win from 13 starts, 5 seconds and 2/3. But she fits in here. A little bit of the speed, I do believe, comes out of this race with the 7. I would have liked to have seen her stay in there to give a little bit more of a target for Chicken Dinner. But, yeah, I'm going to use her in the exact. I'll take a shot with the 5, Data Princess, Stan. She just kind of was thrown to the wolves after the maiden score back in November. Maybe soured a little bit after that. But Ferris Allen off of this type of layoff is okay. It works for me. Decent percentage. I don't think she necessarily needs to lead either. She was on it battling prior to the break. I think she's got a rating gear in here. If she goes back to that 51 buyer, she's a winner in here.
All right, sure. I'm not going to knock her too well. She's been working well this month here at Laurel. Carolinas with a nice win opening day on Bobby G. So I didn't get to the 5. You'll get a nice 8-1 price there. I have the 10 on top. That we talked about the 10. No, we didn't. We talked about the 9 Chicken Dinner. I have the 10 Silver Sides on top here for Mike Jarrell as far as Boyce will ride his horse, getting a dropping class. Some sharp works, 47-4 early May, and then a nice 49 and change after that. So Jarrell has this filly sitting on go. I'll take a shot. She should get a nice trouble-free stalking trip on the outside with Forrest.
Absolutely, and I think you're going to have to use the 6 in here, Tough and Buff a little bit. I think she's going to work for Ness, part of that pace flow. Yeah, 5, 9, 10, 6 in race 2.
All right, let's turn the page. Big field on the turf here. Race 3. We're going a mile and a 16th on the Dahlia Turf Course rail at 52 feet, claiming 16,000, 3 and up. Number 1, 2, Lifetime. I go with the 4 here, Baytown Jimbo for Hugh McMahon. Toledo, the hottest rider here on opening weekend with 4 wins already. So I'm going with the hot jock here, Toledo. The McMahon barn, they had a nice win on opening day. So this horse running first off the claim, has some back class on the turf. Look at the works. A nice 5 furlong, a couple nice 5 furlong workouts in May, and then Hugh's not missing anything. Put a mile workout into this 4-year-old son of R.D. Schiller, a mile workout late May. So Baytown Jimbo with the hot jock, Javion Toledo, should be ready to go today.
Yeah, I've got this race, a little note up top, wide open. I think it is. And for our new bettors here following us on a Monday card, we're going to have definitely some new fans wanting to jump in on these big pools. You're going to see lots of this at Laurel Park. So get tied on in your handicapping, maybe spread around that budget a little bit. But Baytown Jimbo is going to be my top selection. Some of those races at Indiana on the turf, and I'm looking at that race from last summer, July 3rd, they come up pretty tough. Horse encountered a little bit of trouble, closed in willingly. Victor Lowndes, third-place finisher, has come back to win. I think he's a 4-time winner now, Stan, and recently won a starter down at the fairgrounds. So Baytown Jimbo has keyed up against the right kind. I think he's one of these trainers who's not scared to work him a mile, as you said, gets the bottom in him, ready to go off the layoff. Baytown Jimbo should be able to get positioned into that first turn, sit a few lengths off of it, and then kind of matriculate into it.
All right, look at this, a big field. We both have a cold 4-2-1 on top. So we have Baytown Jimbo on top, the 2 wise men for Milan Milosevic. Trevor McCarthy had a win yesterday, and wise man, a homebred here for Silhouette and Ted Mudd. This horse has some good form on the turf. Has an 0 for 11 on the turf, but's been in the money 5 times. McCarthy should get a ground-saving trip on the 2 wise men.
Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of speed, so he doesn't want this field to get away from him. But unfortunately, I think he's going to find himself a little too far back. Will he be able to rally against this field and get up in time? I'm not sure. Finally got the maiden broken for 5,000. I like Old Lang Syne. We're going to go second time off the claim. retooled a little bit of time here for the Jamie Ness barn. Has some races on the back that work. He's another one. I think Karamanos, if he's smart, gets this horse into contention. I mean, not a ton of true speed in here, Stan, when you really break it all down. I think Old Anxiety is a stayer in race number 3.
All right, so 4-2-1 for Keith and I in race 3. Let's turn the page. The middle pick 4 starts in race 4. You like the middle pick 4 today, Keith. You have a ticket for it. Let's check it out, see how you play it.
Yeah, this is going to take a shot. Going to have a single, ended with a single, but it's an affordable ticket. It's a $12 ticket. Do we have that up?
No, just talk about it.
Okay. Well, I'll have to go back on my computer and talk about it. I know I used Midnight Cry and Ticker Tape Parade. Here we go. Thank you. And the fourth race, Too Deep. Midnight Cry, I think, just can outrun all of the speed and then hang on late. Ticker Tape Parade, if anybody's going to rally into it, I think he can at a big, big price, 15-1 on your morning line. We do have a scratch right out of the fourth. Awesome Foo is out of there. Race 5. Here it is. Let's go ahead and spread 1, 3, 6, 7, 9, 10. Another wide open maiden claiming 25 going long on the turf. 2 and 9 in race 6. Awesome DJ, VIP code. VIP code going to be a very short price for Jamie Ness in the 7th race. We'll wrap it up. Here's my single. We've got a stat later, and you'll see why I've got this horse single, kind of an all over nothing stat. But Maryland Moe for Grand Motion, the 6th horse, will be my single. And it looks like a pretty tough race 7, but I think this horse is going to take to the turf.
Whew, that's a bold
That's
single
bold,
there.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm 7 deep on my late pick 5 in that maiden special weight race 7.
Yeah. We'll see how good I am. Probably not too good, but I've got to take a shot in motion. You'll see the stat later on. It's a good one.
All right, good stuff. Let's take a look here. Race 4, we're going 6 furlongs, claiming 5,003 and up. The wide open nickel here in race 4. Video spotlight on Keith's top pick, the 5, Midnight Cry, in good form for trainer Claudio Gonzalez. You're getting 5 pounds off with Victor Rosales. Here's the race back in February here at Laurel.
Yeah, the inside was pretty good. You see Midnight Cry is off the rail and just can't hold on late. This was the second time off the claim. Tried to wire this field, just couldn't jack straight. Was going to go ahead and get on by late. But I think Midnight Cry, a little against the grain that day, a little time to freshening. I think he's the speed of the speed. You've got a questionable dropper in Lion Lord Stand that draws all the way to the outside. He was in very, very good form. You see the string of races, 3 or 4 in a row, followed up with a second off the break. Before the break, was claimed out of that. Now drops to the nickel. I don't know if he's as fast in the opening quarter as Midnight Cry. I know high roller's pretty quick, but if Rosales just goes ahead and goes, I think he can discourage the other speeds and hold on. But Ticker Tape Parade is a long shot user. I think he'll be able to get off the inside around the turn and rally into it at a price.
All right, I like the 5. I take a shot here with the 2, High Roller for Carlos Mencia. We remember how hot he was before the break, and High Roller with a big win late February, open nickel, 73 buyer speed figure, wire to wire that day. Victor might try to go right to the front here on High Roller. The 6-year-old's a 5-time winner at Laurel Park. He's approaching $200,000 in career earnings, so I think the 2, High Roller, offers pretty good value at 5-1.
Yeah, he does. But his recent races, his best races, have kind of been on the front end. You go on the way back, he's been able to close into it. That was on a muddy surface at Delaware. But, man, the barn, you talked about it. Boy, he just out of nowhere, he just started winning races like crazy, winning them off the claim. Good for Carlos Mencia. He's put a lot into this game. Yeah, but Ticker Tape Parade, price user, 3-horse, Baytown Glory, first off the claim off of Kieran. The number works, and it looks like a horse can kind of sit inside and move up into the pace. So 5-1-3-12. In race 4. All
right, so the open nickel going 6 furlongs kicks off the middle pick 4 there in race 4. We'll get a quick commercial break. When we come back, over 23,000 carryover in the Rainbow Pick 6. That starts race 5. Naomi Tucker has a ticket for that. I like the late pick 5. That carryover is almost 12,000 with that industry low, 12% takeout. I have a ticket for that. We'll check it all out right after this. Okay, welcome back here. Let's get right into the Rainbow Pick 6, race 5. It's $23,653 carryover in today's. Take that board down. That's incorrect. Please take it down. Take that board down. Carryover is over 23,000 today in the Rainbow Pick 6. Naomi Tucker has a ticket if we have it. Let's check that out. If not, we'll move on. No, okay, there's her ticket. 3 deep here in race 5. She has a bold single in the finale. Race 10, she has a single there on the 8. Keeper in Spite from the Jerry Robb barn with Xavier Perez aboard. That's the favorite in race 10. All right, so she's now race 7, that big maiden special weight going long on the turf. She's Naomi's 5 deep there in race 7. I'm 7 deep there on my late pick 5, but you have a nice stat there on the Maryland Motion horse. Let's take a look here at race 5. Race 5, we're going a mile and a 16th on the all-along turf course. Maiden claiming 25,000. Filly and mares 3 and up. Let's see. Let's start with the 10, my top pick. Patriotic Punch for Lacey Gaudette. Alex Cintron's going to ride this daughter of Carpe Diem. I think she gets a nice trip. I think she's going to be forwardly placed on the outside, in the clear, trouble-free, getting a nice stalking trip. The lone turf try last September, maiden special weight, showed speed that day at 15-1. Then got a little tired, only beaten 3 lengths. The winner of that race came right back to win. So that was a decent effort. That was against maiden special weight. Big class relief today in for the maiden 25. So I'll take a shot here on the 10 Patriotic Punch. A bullet 101 in 2 workout here at Laurel, May 20th.
Yeah, and speed could be a danger, no doubt. It gets a major assist with Hydra, the 5 being scratched out of this race, Stan. So Hydra, I thought, was going to be part of the flow, and I think that might leave Patriotic Punch if Cintron wants to go ahead and go. He's going to be forward in this race. I'm going to use her into the mix. I like the 3, Grand Estrada, with the trend here. I'm going to go for another long shot at Laurel Park. We've seen the prices the first couple days. Why not? Grand Estrada, you go back to the race on October the 18th, a very premature move going a mile. Maiden special weight company on turf. Has never run for a tag on the turf. We're going for a new barn. Reached in. Robbie Bales and company claimed this horse for $10,000. This horse can get position. I just hope Rebecca Labar doesn't have a ton of experience, but just gets this horse to relax, saves some ground before making that run. That is a key race. I Like This came out of that race, Stan, on the go back, and we saw what I Like This did the other day, opening day for Kelly Rubley. Got the job done.
All right, so I didn't get to the 3. You should get a nice big price on Grand Estrada. Nice lightweight assignment, 113 with the 7-pound bug, Grace Labar. So, all right, you'll get a big price there. Keith doing a little bomb hunting here in race 5. The 1, Not My Money, should get a nice ground-saving trip with the veteran Horacio Caramanos aboard for Ferris Allen. This horse has some good turf races on his form last July against Maiden 40, a real good second that day with a 65 buyer. So Not My Money should get a nice trip and be right there turning for home, I think.
Yeah, did we use a video spotlight on that one?
Yes, we do. Let's check that out from Leah. We have that video from last July. Yep. I believe here we go. Last July, going a mile 16th on a good turf course this day. Gets a firm turf course today.
Yeah, the 2 horses this afternoon stand right on the firm course today and was able to save ground, and I'm hoping this kind of trip develops again for Not My Money, able to save ground and then finish up willingly through the stretch. Couldn't get a ton, but I tell you, the effort is good enough. The number is 65 buyer. Boy, if she can bring that back, that's going to put her right into the mix this afternoon. Yeah, the key though, look at the morning line favorites, Stan, combined the top 2. They're 0 for 41. I mean, we got to look for some kind of price to upset the apple cart in race number 5, and I just think it might be this 3 horse. She's run against some okay horses on the turf. Might jump up for the new connections.
All right, so big field here in race 5 to kick off that 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Let's turn the page here. Race 6, I'll just tell you about it. Race 6, we have a nice carryover in the late Pick 5. It's $11,745 with that industry low 12% takeout. I have a ticket for the late Pick 5. Let's check it out, see how I play it. A $42 ticket. Now, race 6, we have a heavy 4-5 favorite. That shouldn't get beat. The 9 VIP code, McCarthy, Ness, 4-5, 93 buyer with the big win at Parks last February. We're going to show you that race. But, if I can beat the 4-5 shot here in the first leg of this late Pick 5, that's going to knock a bunch of people out. So I'll go with an 8-year-old to back up the heavy favorite. The 5 Ain't Misbehaving with the hot jock Jevion Toledo aboard for Hugh McMahon. The 8-year-old's made over $400,000. He knows how to do it. He's been working stoutly here at Laurel Park. 3 one-mile workouts for the the 5 ain't misbehaving. He shouldn't be short. He gets the hot rider Toledo. He's 12-1. That'd be a big upset here in race 6 if I can pull that off. Now, race 7, a maiden special weight, going 2 turns on the Dahlia Turf Course rail at 52 feet. I'm 7 deep in this race. I'm looking for a price. The 5, Kendama, a homebred for Audley Farm, Arnaud Delacour. You like the Grand Motion horse. The 6, Marilyn Moe, Trevor McCarthy. The 7, House Arrest, is a first-time gelding for Michael Stidham. That's a well-bred, hard-spun horse that has speed on the turf. The 10, Lifespan for Rubley. Timmy Keith with an English Channel first-time starter. The 11, Premier Choice. The 12, Cohiba Ghost, a first-time gelding. And the 13, Champagne Diet's going to be one of your favorites for Trez Abbott. So I'm 7 deep here in race 7 on the late pick 5. 3 deep, 4, 5, 7 in race 8. My single, best bet of the day, is going to come in today's feature. Nice allowance race for filly mares, 5.5 on the Dahlia. Race 9, I single on the multiple stakes winner, the 6, Hello Beautiful. She's a runner, turf or dirt, doesn't matter. Nice filly for Brittany Russell and Sheldon Russell. So I key on the I don't key on the VIP code at 4 to 5. I picked the better price heavy favorite to key on. I'm getting 8 to 5 here on Hello Beautiful. Then 2 deep, 2 favorites in race 10. The 8, Keeper in Spite, looks tough, and I'll take a shot here with the 10, Mary Alice, Jevion Toledo, and Michael Gorms. 8-10 in the finale. Very affordable, $42 play. I have $50. Keith, I put 100 in at the beginning of the week, and I'm down to 50 in my Express Bet app. I'm going to send that late pick 5. That's just right. I'll play the late pick 5 for 42, and then I'll pick a long shot to do $4 win and place. That's my betting strategy for the day.
I like it. It only takes one, and like I said, we've seen the prices. The 7th race, you've got a slew of horses in there. We saw what happened yesterday in race 7, a $92 winner.
Yeah,
and if you
Hassan
looked,
Al-Amri.
on the bottom side of that mare yesterday of Hassan Al-Amri's, the mother, Sydney Speaks, she was very good sprinting on the turf. So you really have to do your homework on these turf races, especially the maidens, and we're offering big fields here. So it takes a little bit of work. But you know what? If it was easy, everybody would do it. But, man, you can really be rewarded without having to put up a ton of money at Laurel Park.
Absolutely. We mentioned Toy winning the feature yesterday, but how about Hassan Al-Amri, the breeder, owner, trainer? He's also probably the exercise rider and the groom. He might even be doing the shoes on that filly that won yesterday. All right, let's take a look here. Race 6, we have a heavy favorite, 2 turns on the dirt. Nice 8,000 starter allowance. VIP Cole, what a monster he's turned into as a 5-year-old son of City Zip. He's made over $250,000. Just ran a lifetime best. We have that video. Let's show you that race. Late February, Park, 7 furlong, 7,500 starter. Here's VIP Code dueling for the lead, and he puts away this rival.
Yeah, and I tell you, this factor this in, the speed this day, who VIP Code is hounding. He was coming off of an 86 buyer in his prior race, and VIP Code just took the measure, dogged him from the outside, and is going to widen by 7 and change at the wire while kept to a drive. The prior race, VIP Code was able to handle the 2 turns going a mile and 70 and wide. Boy, something has really clicked. Now, that's the key with these layoffs now, Stan. We've had this break. Our horse is going to be able to hold form like this. This is a horse, too, that's coming off of a top. He gets a little assist again. He gets some help with Zitarosa coming out because I think that was going to be a target. He may find himself on the leader sitting just off of maybe Celtic Treasure. But, man, the form is just deadly. I remember VIP Code, got to start back here if I remember.
Yeah, it was a stakes horse as a 3-year-old. The stakes winner, I believe, here as a 3-year-old for Phil Schoenthal. All right, so I have the 9 on top. You try to beat the 9 with the 2. Awesome DJ is going to be an honest 8-1 here for Jose Corral. Sharp starter allowance win here at Laurel back in February. 4-time winner here at Laurel. He's by Awesome again, so Awesome DJ's live. I picked that horse 3rd.
Yeah, we got a little video of him, right, from that February,
Yes, we do.
21st race.
Yep.
He kind of rode the wave of the racetrack, but I tell you what, they walked the dog early, 24 and 250 and change. But look at this move from Awesome DJ from the 3/8 pole to about the quarter pole. Just rolls by rivals. Obviously, it was a little bit with the bias that day, was with it, and is going to go ahead and widen by 7 3/4. This is a little tougher group that he's going to face, though, this afternoon. But he did not disgrace himself in that 1.25 mile starter allowance with the likes of Jaffazo, Bustoff, and DeGrom. So drawing the inside, Corrales horses, they've been alive so far once we got, at this first couple days of this meet. I've got to respect Awesome DJ. I think he can sit a trip inside. But, clearly the one to beat, VIP Code. And I tell you, talking about his last race, VIP Code, his final time, or I should say his buyer comparatively, was better than 2 other than horses. So pretty strong.
All right, so Awesome DJ looks well prepared, right? 5 furlong workout early May, then a 7 furlong workout, 5/8, and another 5/8 late May. So looks well prepared, right? Well, how about I like the 2, but how about the 5 here?
Okay.
Ain't misbehaving. Now Hugh McMahon rode for the Chief. He rode for Alan Jerkins as a bug rider up in New York. Hugh McMahon, he was one of the top bug riders in New York when he had the bug, and Alan Jerkins was his main outfit. So that's where he learned these old school 1 mile workouts here that he put into Ain't Misbehaving. Look at this: April 20th, April 29th, May 19th. 3 consecutive 1 mile workouts for this professional 8-year-old who's made over 400,000. So I don't think the 5 Ain't Misbehaving going to come up short in this race, and you get the hot rider Jevion Toledo.
Yeah, I was surprised that he came back like he did. He looked all done around the final turn, mustered up some new life. He's got Toledo, no Carmouche today, but he misbehaving when he does his best. He's up forward. He's going to be with the flow. This was a really tricky race to line stand after the favorite, because you know a ton of money is going to come in on VIP code,
Sure.
4 to 5, maybe 3 to 5. But by looking at everybody else, they all kind of look similar, some similar running styles. So yeah, I think maybe the best stand, if you really like VIP code, maybe look for one of those 12, 15 to 1 shots and pound some exacts. If you want to try to beat them, like I'm going to try to beat them with Awesome DJ, good deal, because you're going to blow up the multi-race gimmicks if you get past them.
That's right. Yeah, he'll be a popular single on a lot of people's tickets. VIP code here in race 6. I use them, but I also like Ain't Misbehaving. Keith likes Awesome DJ. All right, so nice starter allowance to kick off that late pick 5. Here we go. Race 7 is going to be one of the, not one. Race 7 is the co-feature of the day. We have race 9, the nice allowance race. Race 7, a nice maiden special weight for 3 and up, going a mile and a 16th on the Dahlia Turf Course rail at 52 feet. This is going to be one of the best horse races of the day. Let's start with your top pick. I didn't use the 6 at all. I used the 6 on my late pick 5 ticket, not in my top 4 picks. So Maryland Mo, decent debut as the favorite. Uncle Mo on the dirt last October, a mile maiden 40, a good third that day, and now's had the whole winter off, making his 3-year-old debut today. You have a stat you found here on Trainer Graham Motion, Keith.
I did, yeah, for Maryland Mo, and this is a good one. I was just kind of messing around with some things on the formula. This is what pops up. Here you go. Graham Motion, last 3 years with maidens, turf routes off of this kind of layoff, the 3-year-old maidens, I should say. He's 6 for 12. How about that? 50% with an ROI of 7.99. That's a huge stat. Now, granted, all the other ones were off the board, Stan, so now you know why I sang it. I'm just taking the shot that this horse can get the job done, all or nothing, win or go home for Maryland Mo. You're looking at the family, 4 turf-winning siblings in the family. Top side, we know the Uncle Mo's. They're about 14, 15% first turf. Horse took tons of play in debut. Didn't get it done, was a little green. Time to develop now. The poser, he ran pretty good yesterday. Now, granted, I was on the dirt, but I think Maryland Mo is going to move way up on the turf with Trevor.
All right, so I used Maryland Mo on my late pick 5, just not in my top 4 picks. This is a real nice horse race. I go with the price on top here, the 12 Cohiba Ghost by the monster Ghost Sapper. All right, and it's a homebred for Live Oak stud Mike Trombetta. So this horse is going to wake up and realize it's breeding here pretty soon. They tried synthetic at Presque Isle when this horse was a 3-year-old a year ago, and a good debut, 6.5 or 6 furlongs on the synthetic. Came late and just missed, got beat a nose that day. Then they tried sprinting on the turf at Monmouth Maiden Special Weight. You see the belatedly rally comment there. I like that. I think that race was probably too short. Now we're trying 2 turns off the big layoff, 4-year-old debut. He's a first-time gelding today. I like that. And you get Alex Cintron, and he's been working well up at Fair Hill. So I think the 12 Cohiba Ghost, bred to be a good horse. I think he wakes up today as a 4-year-old.
That's the fun thing about these races, Stan. You can almost talk yourself into everybody in the field. You're going to get some really, really, really good value. Another horse I'm looking at a price to take a shot on is the 8. Bodie's Dance coming back, a reported gelding, first-time gelding. The blinkers go on. A horse that took plenty of play. This owner-trainer combination, they've done quite well in the past with first-time stars. This, hence the money they came in on this horse. Just didn't really fire that day, but looking at the breeding, Bodie Meister top side, bottom side of Pulpit Mare Pool Dancer was 2 for 7 on the turf, ran a buyer of a 93, made 106,000, and was stakes place Also, 3 turf winners in the family. Bodie's Dance, another long shot user in the 7th.
Sure, well, you get Weston Hamilton. He scored on that 45-1 shot yesterday for Hassan Al-Amri. I didn't use the 8. How about one of the favorites here, the 13 Champagne Diet, now back in the barn of Trez Abbott. It's a homebred for A.J. Suited Racing stable by declaration of war. Karamanos will ride. He's run some good races at the fairgrounds earlier this year, a couple real big thirds against maiden special weight going long on the turf. So he's proven he has some ability and some talent at this level going long on the turf. Now, you have to break in front. Sprinting on the turf, we've had a couple 14s win sprinting on the turf. Now we'll see if the Caramanos, this horse doesn't have too much speed. I'm a little worried maybe about getting caught wide on that first clubhouse turn. Hopefully Caramanos can tuck in somewhere mid-pack and only be about 2 or 3 wide as opposed to being 5 or 6 wide. Right?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see, right, because he was kind of up close at the fairgrounds. Last time out had an inside position. What does he do? I mean, that first quarter of a mile was going to be huge for Champagne Diet. We saw another horse come off the fairgrounds turf and win yesterday, right? Battle Bus won the nightcap.
Yep.
But Champagne Diet, I'm seeing a little bit of hang in this horse at a shorter price. I'm gonna go elsewhere.
Okay, all right, the 7. I used the 7 here. I think the 7's going to be a price. House Arrest for Michael Stidham, 3-year-old by Hard Spun out of a Tisnow mare. They paid $130,000 for this guy as a yearling at Keeneland. He's a first-time gelding today. He showed speed in both of his races, sprinting on the turf, a good third at Delaware last September when he went to the front, then got a little tired as the favored. Now he's making his 3-year-old debut. He's been working well up there at Farrell. I like the first-time gelding angle, and I like Fergal Lynch. So I think the 7 House Arrest going to be part of the early pace, and maybe Lynch, if he gets away with an easy lead, he tries to steal it here. I think this horse will be a nice price, the 7 House Arrest.
Absolutely, no doubt. Into a firster by trained by Arnaud Delacour, right? Kendama's going to get plenty of play. I think the 13 obviously is going to get play, but Kendama, real quick, for Delacour, we talked about him with these 3 years. The turf, they doesn't really hit at a high percentage with the first-time starters. This is a first foal out of an unraced mare, but by Uncle Mo, the work's awfully strong right now. Will he take that from the synthetic in the dirt and transition it to the turf? We shall see. I think he's going to get certainly some action. But Carrasco for Delacour here, an interesting move. But Trevor for Motion. Trevor rides a lot for Delacour as well. So that's why I still lean a little bit with this 6 horse. And don't leave the 10 out lifespan. I like these Animal Kingdoms hitting the turf for the first time. Blinkers come off today.
All right, so a real nice field here. Just take out the 2 Welling, who is main track only. So a 12-horse field here. Race 7, maiden special weight, going long on the Dahlia. That kicks off the late pick 4. Let's turn the page here. Race 8. We're back on the dirt. Race 8, we're going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 5,000. Filly mares 3 and up. A in 6 months, Never Won 4 lifetime. The 4 Joyful Noise is going to be my top pick. Yomar Ortiz with a nice win yesterday. So I'll go back to Yomar here on the 4 Joyful Noise for Pat McGill. Good second against Open Nickel Company back in March, and gets a beaten nickel spot today. So I like the 4 Joyful Noise on top.
Yeah, closed in behind Fender. Baby, this horse had a couple tough trips going back over the last couple months. Joyful Noise, but out of the Open Nickel, getting the condition today. I think she makes a move into the pace. My top selection will be the 7 Conquest Hard Cherry here for Jerry Brooks and Angel Cruz. We got a video going back to February the 1st, a trouble trip early on when she was second in a 3 in life behind Marie from Paris. Breaks a little bit slow from mid-pack and has to kind of move up, and then taps the brakes right there about the 5/8 pole. We're going to see this in the right there in the yellow cap with the purple silks. Has to steady, but does recover. Makes an okay move around the turn and gives Willing Chase to the wire. A 59 buyer topping out that afternoon. Something like that, a mid-50, I think is going to be able to get it done. So given a clear trip today, Conquest Archery, I think, can make a move from just off the pace. We've got to get out of the gate clean stand with this runner, number 7.
All right, so I use the 7 in my exacta. Yeah, it's got to get a good break with Angel Cruz aboard from the 7 hole. All right, so that's good on the video there.
Good,
I
good.
used the 7. How about the 5 flirtation walk for John Salzman Jr.? Jorge Riaz had a win on opening day. His 4-year-old daughter outflanker, a decent second, beaten favored last March at this level. She's been working well, though. A 47 half-mile work May 15th for the 5 flirtation walk.
Yeah, right behind my top selection, 2 races back when encountering trouble. So she showed a little different dimension. So she's showing some versatility. The first flirtation walk. Still think she's got to move up just a little bit. How about Jazzy Juder? I've got this horse lined at 20. Going back, she could be a little bit lower. She always takes a little bit of play, but the last 2 numbers are terrible. 28 by her, 2 back of 14. But given time, given a little bit of break, this horse has run all right. Fresh has run a big number, one of his best numbers at the 5.5 furlong distance, and I think 2 key speeds just to her outside. So I think she's going to be able to draft into a pretty good position, Stan, and maybe we can get a stalk and pounce move here with Sheldon Russell. Your boy Michael Gorman, a big price. I can't believe you don't have him in there, Stan.
Well, I almost had him
now.
yesterday, right? I had him yesterday get up in the exacta with that long shot I liked from the Gorham Barn yesterday. Yep. Yeah, he's always dangerous. All right, the 1's going to be a real big price here in race 8. Let's turn the page. Race 9 is the feature of the day. We have a multiple stakes winner in race 9. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the Dahlia Turf Course rail at 52 feet. First level allowance for filly mares 3 and up. Let's start with the favorite here, the 6 Hello Beautiful, 8-5 morning line, a 3-year-old daughter of Golden Lad out of a Tisnell mare. She hasn't run a bad race. She won the Maryland Million last. And let's show you the win in the Maryland Juvenile Filly Championship last December. Keith, she gets a powerful 95 by her speed figure with this win. She wins by over 11.
Yeah, and a pretty good filly right there behind her, right? Miss J. McKay. This race was just awesome. I mean, I didn't really see this coming. The connections had to be just – so happy with the way she's developed, and look at the way she's moved up. A $6,500 purchase, and just absolutely whistling with a buyer of 95. Interesting little spot here. We've had time off. Maybe this is a spot that works for them on the turf. Her turf numbers comparatively to the field are just kind of blend right in, Stan. But if she can bring that improvement that she did last time on the turf, she's going to be awfully tough. That was a powerhouse performance.
All right, so I pick her on top. Looks like she's been working well. 49 half-mile work from the gate, May 24th here at Laurel for the 6 Hello Beautiful. So I put her on top. You go with the 3 on top. We have a video on Midship Lady. Let's show you the race, allowance race, sprinting on the turf last October here at Laurel Park. She's the 6 horse this day.
Yeah, she's the 6 horse. They tried her long, and this is what she wants to do, Stan. She wants to sprint on the turf. All 3 of them are good. And I tell you, good numbers at 2. I think you've got to project a little bit of improvement for the race this afternoon off a little freshening. She's going to shift out here and make a strong run to just miss to maybe an omen. So Midship Lady, there's plenty of speed in here, Stan. I think she can maybe get some cover behind some horses, hopefully find a seam top of the stretch and kick on home like she does here. I'll see her get on that correctly, but you know what? She's young. I think she's going to time to mature now. You're going to see a good effort off the bench here for Midship Lady.
All right, she was trying hard there in the final stride. So I like the 3. I use Midship Lady. How about the 1, Epic Idea? We both like the 1. I think she'll get a nice trip on the inside because she has just enough speed to get herself up there in a stalking position. Alex Centron rides for Ann Merriman, a nice 36 bullet workout late May at Pimlico. So going to need to break sharp. If she doesn't break very well, she'll be way back in traffic. So hopefully the 1, Epic Idea, can break sharp and be right there.
Yeah, I'm going to need a good break from both of my horses, the 1 and the 3 here, no doubt about it. Epic Idea, very similar running styles. The 4-year-old filly by Great Notion, very similar to Midship Lady. They may run as a team, close in as a team, get position around the turn, and then they've got to kind of fire home into the pace flow.
The 8 Glittering Judy, she shows speed sometimes. She had a big effort against Allowance Company last August and then tailed off in a couple races after that. Maybe she needed a break. She's had a nice long break now, making her 5-year-old debut for trainer, longtime veteran trainer Bill Comlo. Nice 47-2 half-mile late May for the 8 Glittering Judy with Julio Correa. So she might get a nice stalking trip on the outside.
No doubt. And a couple bombs maybe to throw in underneath in your superfectas and trifectas in this race. I wouldn't leave out the 10. I've got the 10 in there, right? The market money. I wouldn't leave this horse out. Turf races work and close into it. And Money from Heaven, 12. Dave Rodman likes this horse a little bit. I know the light bulb finally turned on for her the last couple races before the break. Interesting getting back to the turf. Going to have to overcome probably a wide trip, but she might rally in for a slice.
Yeah, Trevor McCarthy aboard for Hammy Smith. 12 going to have to try to get a good trip on the outside. So nice allowance feature of the day, 5.5 on the Dahlia. We'll see if the multiple stakes winner, Hello Beautiful, is ready for her 3-year-old debut. I have her on top. I single her on the late pick 5. Let's take a look at the finale. Maiden 10 for the filly and mares, 3 and up, 6 furlongs. The 8, Keeper in Spite. Going to be one of the favorites, but okay, I go with the 10 as well. Mary Alice with the Hot Rider, Jevion Toledo back in the Mike Gorham barn, showed a little speed against much better company at Delaware last summer, and now in for the maiden 10 back in the Gorham barn. Nice 48-4 half-mile work late May, so I like that. So we both go with the 10 Mary Alice on top.
Yeah, the Arkansas bred took plenty of play down there at Oaklawn after a pretty good run at Laurel Park. Just didn't really get it done down there. I don't know if she just didn't like the track or what. But given a little freshening, that race back on December 22nd, that was sneaky good, Stan. You see the short comment, the old late move between horses. If she's right, I think she can stalk the speed and go by.
All right, good stuff. Yep. So we both have the 10 Mary Alice on top. The 8 Keeper in Spite's going to show speed, but it's going to have to figure out how to finish better, right?
No doubt. There's some other speed in there. It's probably going to keep her honest.
All right, so let's see if we can get a 6-1 shot home with the Hot Rider, Jevion Toledo, the hottest rider on opening weekend. 2 wins Saturday, 2 yesterday. He's on some live ones today. So Jevion Toledo, he's been a former leading rider here before in Maryland. He's had some injuries, but he's always been top 5, one of the top 5, top 10 journeymans here in Maryland. Good to see him come back on opening weekend with a big weekend so far.
Absolutely, we got plenty of capable riders in this jockey colony, Stan. We've got some up and comers, and I tell you though, with these bigger fields, it's need a little luck on your side to get the right kind of mount. Your agents really got to do a lot of work and to kind of deal with the trips. It's not easy with all that traffic out there, so it's going to take a really good jock to kind of get on that hot streak, I believe.
All right, that's it. We're out of time. Glad you're watching us at home or on your iPhone at work. 3 nice carryovers, over 23,000 in that pick 6. That starts race 5. Late pick 5 starting race 6. That's almost 12,000. They're both going to be well played. The bettors are going to attack these carryovers today. We'll have a huge handle like we did yesterday. Thanks for watching. Best of luck. Hopefully we can give you some winners. Dave Rodman coming up next with Scratches and Changes. Good luck.
Good luck.